What's up? Is that a G502 mouse? It's a Zowie. I don't know if that's a G502. I've used it for so long, any markings on it have worn off. This is my mouse, a little Zowie mouse. I won't use anything else. I'm just, this is my mouse. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My mouse is my best friend.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Imperator, you just resubbed for 21 months. Hey look, my sub is old enough to drink now. Hope the raids are good this fine evening.
A fine decision. Subbing to this dog shit. A really good decision. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If anyone ever says to you, Pyrion Flax, why the fuck would you sub to that guy? They're wrong. You know why. Hot gaming action. Do 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 do. Right, I've got to kill stuff. I think it's on Shoreline. Let's have a quick check.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Matt_T just resubbed for 27 months.
Eight. I'm going to show you a vid I was watching. It's a Vice vid. This lad was an undercover operator with the FBI. I just want you to look at this lad's face and tell me that you would not believe he was a master criminal. If you saw this face, you'd think...
Every person in that room is a potential informant down the road. If they're going to hear and see everything you've done, you have to be prepared that they're going to compromise you. In this case here, you had the mob boss and underlings. Well, only he and the main negotiator for the Chinese should have been there. You always see these meetings taking place in desolate warehouses or garages. That's not very accurate. If I have an important meeting, I'll have it in the lobby of the Park Plaza Hotel. You hide in plain sight.
Did you put a camera in the back? Can I talk to you for a second, please? You stupid
I've never seen a fight in a room, but I've seen it get pretty close, so I don't know if we want to go there. But the frustration level is very accurate. Next up, Donnie Brasco.
You Don the jeweler.
In this next clip, you have Donnie Brasco posing as a jewel thief undercover in order to attend his first meeting with Lefty Ruggiero, played by Al Pacino. This is the first time Brasco's meeting Ruggiero, but what's done earlier as part of his legend building and his backstopping, he spent time in this bar room and became friends with the bartender who's led him to the mob guys. He didn't go directly to the mob guys. He let it be known that he was a jewel thief. The mob ended up finding him. When you have the legend is who you are, where you're from, what you do, etc. Backstopping is the filling of that. It's filling in your story to appear real. When Ruggiero first comes in and tries to talk to him, Brasco looks at the bartender to get confirmation he's a real mobster. So that was very effective, and that part of the preparation process I've discussed.
Yeah. There's some beautiful thing.
It's a Fugazi.
Why don't you give it to your wife?
My wife? How am I gonna give it to my wife? I ain't married.
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah, I got a girlfriend, yeah.
So marry her. Because that's a Fugazi. All right?
That's a Fugazi? How do you know it's a Fugazi? You looked at it for 2 seconds.
Rather than telling Ruggiero what he wants to hear, he tells him it's no good, it's not worth anything to give it to his girlfriend. Yes, if you're gonna say you're a jewel thief, you better know jewelry. And in
I love that movie. That movie, Donnie Brasco, is fantastic. The Departed is alright. It's okay. But Donnie Brasco, that's a good movie. John, who do you think you're impressing? I saw the message someone posted. Cine asked, is Pyrion Flax good at video games? This is, he asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT said, I don't have any specific information on the gaming skills of Pyrion Flax, also known as Ted. However, as a comedic commentator in the gaming and esports community, he has a deep understanding and knowledge of video games, which suggests he may have some level of proficiency in playing them.
Healing_dude just resubbed for 1 month.
It's also worth noting that proficiency in playing video games does not necessarily equate to being good at them. Some commentators and content creators are known for their personality and entertaining commentary rather than their gaming skills. Very true.
Интересно, до скольки сегодня скупщик работает? Вали кепку! Сука, ёбнули нашего!
Remember, you asked for this.
Все отбили на. Ах ты кепка ёбаная! Кепка! Вали, вали, хуйсу! Вот тупырь!
Animals.
Ах ты шалава! Сдохни на, тварь! Давай, мочи их!
Someone's bloody been here. Ghost Flax. Man, that was something, huh? I was just really, really hoping that at no point did we bump into a player. Because I don't know what I would have done if a player was like shooting at Bob and couldn't see me. Am I meant to just stand there? I think part of me would have thought, I'll just kill him. And then I might have got banned for it. So probably a good thing I didn't do it, eh? I did bump into a player, but Bob killed him before I even saw him. I don't know if they could. I feel like some of the scouts couldn't because they just sort of stood there. They made a noise like they could see me, but they didn't shoot at me. So it was like, is it only Bob that can't see me? So I was really worried that I would just get shot and that it was only Bob that couldn't see me. And I know Bob was suffering from some really bad lag and had to restart his game. So I suspect it was just him. I'm enjoying the new series of Clarkson's Farm. Hate Clarkson, love Clarkson's Farm. Like, a lot of it is obviously, you know, they've planned all this very carefully, but they present it as, and they do it very well. It wouldn't work otherwise. They present it as Jeremy just coming up with crazy ideas. And I think they said to him, we don't care if this farm loses money, just go out there and do your thing. And so he'll just try to bubble his way through stuff and have a go at stuff he's clearly not qualified to do and fuck it up, annoy Caleb, you know. And it just makes the show really, really funny. It's very funny. And as a corollary effect, possibly unintended, I think it's woken a lot of people up in this country to the plight that farmers are in and how dog shit Brexit was for them, how shittily our government has done in preparing people for it, preparing businesses, preparing farmers, preparing everybody for what it's going to look like, because they don't know. They do not know. They have no plan. Nobody actually expected this to happen. It happened, and now they're like, yep, we've got a plan. You don't, do you? If you had a plan, we would know about it. But you're not. Can't go on forever. If it ends after 2 good seasons, that's 2 good seasons of TV. So many shows have just run and run and run. And think about the last time there was a series where the finale and the ending and everything was really satisfying. Or it didn't just run until everybody was sick of it and then it just petered out. If it's going well and people are enjoying the show, you can end it. What did he say about Meghan Markle? Why do people care so much about Meghan Markle? My mum, Jeremy Clarkson, the Daily Mail, they never shut up about her. You know, people think it's racism. I can see some of that. I think it's because she's a Yank. I think that's people's biggest beef with her, is she's American. And they think of their royal family as being this bastion of Britishness. And she's just not. The royal family is meant to represent the stereotype of the Englishman, right? Stiff upper lip, never complain, everything done by the book. Oh no, we won't be having any of that nonsense. And then you get Meghan Markle coming along and suddenly it's like, my feelings. And people are like, what? But she's done something that I don't think the royal family would have done on their own. Going on talk shows, doing a book, doing the whole therapy thing, you know, talking about your feelings. That's not the royal family. That's not traditional Britain. So I think, in all honesty, that is what people have a bigger issue with, not her skin colour. I think it's just, she's not doing it right. You're meant to be like Kate, the silent princess, right? Like, that's what you're meant to do. Keep your mouth shut. Get on with being a princess. Let everybody have their fantasy about what your life is like. End of story. Oh, I'm not saying Jeremy Clarkson isn't racist. I think he's just your classic bigot. Like, I don't even think he thinks about it. I think it's just anything that isn't him is like, well, of course they made it, they messed it up, they're this, they're that. He makes a mistake and it's charming. Like, that's him. He can excuse every failing of his own, but if it's anyone else's failing, it's because they're from this country, or they're this nationality, or this ethnicity. Like, I think that's Clarkson's brand of bigotry. Like, it's weird because he's happy to play the fool. He is the fool. He's the bumbling fool. He always was. And when something goes wrong, it's not him. Well, why'd they put that there? You know, he's that kind of guy. Like that lad in that old Scottish TikTok or Vine, where he's sliding down the stairs on a like a sled or something, and he crashes and he goes, "Who left that welly there?" As if the welly was what caused the accident, not his stupidity. So I think Clarkson is like that. I think he is a buffoon who plays the blundering sort of rah rah rah. He's like that. But I don't think it's a bit. I think he's just like that. No, I don't think he's anything like Piers Morgan, really. Piers Morgan can never be the fool. Piers Morgan does not allow himself to be the butt of the joke. His ego is so big that he can't allow himself to be the butt of the joke. I think Clarkson is a different kind of... I think he's a very confident guy who's happy for him to be the butt of the joke. The punchline is Clarkson doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, the whole setup for Clarkson's farm is he doesn't know what he's doing. Piers Morgan's shtick is, I'm Piers Morgan, I don't make mistakes. I'm never wrong. And he will make the most asinine, moronic arguments to try to prove his case, even though it just makes him look even stupider. Like, Piers Morgan is not... There's no joke at his expense, right? Like, he doesn't allow that. Because he doesn't have the capacity, the intellectual capacity to be the butt of the joke and see the funny side. I don't even know what... I don't even know if he's at some... He strikes me as someone who's never genuinely laughed unless it's at someone else's expense. I can't imagine him actually finding joy in anything. He's a joyless man, like just a hideous, joyless man. I think he's probably one of the worst people in the public eye. I despise him, absolutely despise him. I don't know who Larry the Cable Guy is, really. I don't really know what he does. Larry the Cable Guy. The best of Larry the Cable Guy. Alright, here we go.
I don't eat good at Christmas, I'll tell you that much. I got a Fitbit on Christmas Eve. I put it on, it dialed 911.
No, so this guy is more like Roy Chubby Brown. Or like one of those old school comedians. Where... in his mind, this comedy is... You can't say this anymore. He's like one of those guys. As if there's some government force stopping people from laughing at racism and old-fashioned jokes. And it's not just that times have changed and you're an incredibly backwards old dude. That kind of thing. So, Larry the Cable Guy is nothing like Piers Morgan or Jeremy Clarkson. At all.
You know what killed me at Christmas last year, food-wise? The Kentucky Fried Chicken 12-day Advent calendar. Holy smokes, them 5 golden wings had me turtle doving all the way to the bathroom, I guarantee you. I ain't kidding. I could have dropped my pants and dropped a partridge out of a pear tree right there, I guarantee you. Every time I start getting a little too fat at Christmas, so my kids will buy me a Christmas gift to hint around that I'm too fat. You know what they got me last year? A Petri dish with flesh-eating bacteria.
Hilarious, right?
Граната тут! Пацаны, окружаем его! Не, блядь, сука! Ебашки, парика! Опять-то! Давай, мочи! Шалава! Шалава!
Come on, lads, tell me what's up. we even hit that guy. Hit him 3 times. Groovy thought I was a player. He's going to be very disappointed. I wisely dumped the bag so he didn't get any of my delicious loot. If you guys didn't know that that was a lad, I'm honestly quite astonished. That was, you could tell the moment you saw him it was a lad. Maybe it doesn't show up on stream enough, but there's no way that was a scav, like, just at a glance. I don't know if you guys play or not, but it's not difficult to spot. I mean, he was, you know, we were both right peaking. It was one of those rare occasions where it didn't seem to be a huge amount of desync, which was nice. Right, let's try and get somewhere good on shoreline to snipe some boys.
Nice jump, Alistair.
King_myth just resubbed for 83 months.
What is the point in these bot accounts that follow you where they have never tweeted, or they have one tweet, they follow hardly anybody, and it's just a picture of a girl? What's the point?
Hi, my name is Catherine Lord, and I want to welcome you to the wonderful world of puppies. In this video, we're going to help you understand what's involved in having a litter. By now, you should know your bitch is pregnant. Sometimes a bitch will come earlier, sometimes a few days later. Milkaid helps aid the bitch. Watch your bitch. What is normal for your bitch? The delivery has begun. The bitch is into heavy labor. Comforting the bitch, you want to reassure your bitch if your bitch lets out a scream. We only usually allow the bitches to eat 1 or 2 of the afterbirths. Breeders always say, call your vet when the bitch has had contractions for a long time.
The bitch should be examined to make sure that all the nipples are okay. If the bitch vomits, the bitch may be in difficulty. Small bitch. The bitch, the bitch, the bitch, the bitch, the bitch, 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 bitches. Every bitch should be checked for brucellosis.
Why is it important that a bitch not be overweight?
Overweight bitches, an overweight bitch, fat bitch, the bitch, and you should exercise the bitch.
Approximately how long can a bitch go?
A lot depends on the bitch.
The bitch, the bitch.
The bitch, that bitch, the bitch, the bitch is just very, very nervous. Milk the bitch, calm the bitch down.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Zani Wilk1 just resubbed for 8 months.
Why'd you have to sub in the middle of the vid? You've been here 8 months. We're watching the video about bitches. And now right in the middle of it, right at the punchline, Pog. You couldn't wait 10 seconds? It's a button you click that makes that happen. You couldn't wait 10 fucking seconds. Now we're gonna watch the last 10 seconds again. Just have some fucking decorum, lads. It's not asking much.
The bitch, calm the bitch down, and try to milk the bitch like a cow.
See, that was funny. Thank goodness.
In this case, Brasco actually attended jewelry school. He went out on his own and went to school to do that. And I had one investigation where I was undercover as a state inspector, and I had to go to dirt school to learn about dirt. And believe me, there's a lot to learn about dirt that I didn't know until I went to dirt school. But once I went, and it was also an organized crime case, I was able to talk dirt to the bad guys and pass off as I was a state official, in which they later bribed me for a state contract. Boardwalk Empire.
30.
In the following scene, a Prohibition undercover agent is intensely questioned by Al Capone for fears that he's a rat.
When you moved to Cicero?
1922.
From where?
Minnesota, Ortonville. We owned a wheat farm. It went belly up.
How do you f up a wheat farm?
Brown rust. It rots the leaf.
In this scene, I thought the undercover agent did a phenomenal job of talking his way out of trouble. If you're an undercover, eventually you're going to be challenged. It's inevitable, so why not prepare? And he obviously had prepared his legend in advance. He was able to cite specific history with the bad guys, so he did an excellent job under extreme pressure.
Start.
I worked for you for 7 years.
Oh, we're getting Virgin Mediate? Brilliant. Just out of nowhere.
Nice jump, Alistair.
276 Rick just resubbed for 18 months.
Oh, actually... Enjoy, Bob. I'm just I'm down for clowning. I'll do whatever, Cinny. I just came here to quietly try and dome some lads, but haven't really had great spawns for it. I don't like the fact that people call a female dog a bitch. And they know what they're saying. It's like if the term for a female hamster was a bukkake. Yes, I have a bukkake for sale. You have to look after your bukkake. You must feed the bukkake every day. The bukkake needs a lot of water because it can get dehydrated. It's like, you know what you're saying. I don't care if it's the right word. Call it a lady dog. Don't be calling it no bitch. We've changed how we use that word. People don't use that word the same way. You can't just be chucking it about like it's no biggie. Is there any way I can lie down here and achieve the same thing? There sure is, mister. So, when we went to get Aggie, that's what the dog breeders referred to her as, a bitch. You'll see them advertised as 3-month-old bitch for sale. It's just the term. That's the term that dog owners use, a bitch. It's like, alright, you may be right, but come on. Like the gay slur that begins with an F? There's a food called that in Britain? I know several old people that use that term loud and proud. That's what it's called. I'm like, yeah, but can we call it something else now? Like, you know and I know that it doesn't just mean that anymore. I think it's a UK thing, yeah. I mean, I still use it as a term for a cigarette just out of habit. I probably shouldn't. But, I don't know. I'd have to ask a gay dude. Yeah, the food is the full 6-letter word. I'll DM Paul Choi. Right, but the issue is using the truncated 3-letter F word. Is that acceptable as a slang term for a cigarette? Like, I suppose
Nice jump,
intent
Alistair.
has to count for something,
Targun
right?
underscore Yakin just resubbed for 46 months.
Thank you. Where are the noobs doing the planting fucking fishing poles quest? Alright, I asked Paul and he just said, ha 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 ha. Paul is unoffendable by anyone he knows. He's typing. We'll see what he says. He doesn't think it's derogatory, so he doesn't mind it being used. Fair. Like I said, I think context is important, right? As I understand it, though, the myth that the reason it's an insult is because they would use a bundle of sticks to burn gay people, or anyone that they thought was gay or didn't like, is that that's not actually the case. I don't know where it's come from, but as I understand it, that explanation is not true. But Paul says he's not offended by it, but since other people might be, he doesn't use it. Very fair. If you have to ask, it's probably better to rephrase. It's a very good motto. The problem is, I've always called them that. And it's one of those things where it's literal brain muscle memory. So, like, when old people use terms that are out of date, I always feel like, did they mean to be offensive when they said that, or are they just old? And more often than not, the answer is, they're just old. Yeah, but so the bitch thing, first of all, that is just the term for a female dog. The insult came later, right? And I don't think that bitch is specifically enough of an insult to say that they shouldn't use it. I just think it's hilarious that they use it because it doesn't sound like they're talking about a dog anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't hear people refer to a female dog as a bitch and think, how dare you, that will upset some small number of women. I think you sound ridiculous. Well, that is ridiculous. That's how I see it. I don't know many women that would like clutch their pearls about a female dog being called a bitch. I just think it sounds preposterous. Went on random. I mean, I think certainly it's sort of in some ways being called a like bad bitch energy is not seen as like an insult, is it? It's like, yes. How can there just be zero players in this area? I'm immediately going to get shot from the left here. Oh! Shit! Yeah, he was looking in the stash, wasn't he? Well done, Tarkov. Give me scopes that can see out to 500 meters and then don't fucking render in the because that's the stash in the cubicles.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Jablobby just resubbed for 54 months. You rock. Loved the Call of Cthulhu stuff.
Wednesday. I believe that's happening on Wednesday. Should have brought the rangefinder, you're right. Fucking Football Manager, by the way, has been going horrendously. playing as Derby. Got a good team. I am got the tactics I'm running. We create, no word of a lie, 17 chances in a game, and the only one we score is like a penalty or a free kick. I just have not got a striker capable of putting the ball in the fucking net. It's really frustrating. I mean, I'm hoping some scouts are going to get it and then run along here, and I can snipe them as they're coming down the road. I always forget you can just go around the corner and get out. If nothing else, you must admit, my patience when it comes to games is far greater than the average streamer, it would seem. This gift from Stannis. One. None of those shots were hitting, those miles away shots. You can go to the videos and watch the stream live. You can absolutely do that. Yeah, the armor kits, I don't know how you're meant to... In all honesty, I don't know how it's meant to be a thing that you can do, because it seems insane. Try and go food shopping again. You know, I've got an idea. In America, I don't think this has made it over here yet, but the teaching of something called critical race theory, this is a big hot topic at the moment. And it's essentially teaching where racism, and especially systemic racism, come from, and try to educate kids about what to look out for and how it manifests itself. And I don't need to be careful. I'll say whatever I want to say about it. I don't care if I offend anybody. If you think that teaching people that racism is bad and what its roots are, what its causes are, how it manifests itself, is somehow diminishing white people, how about we do this? How about if we, in addition to teaching how mainly, especially in the last 1,000+ years, white people have been racist towards people who are non-white. In addition to teaching that, we also teach all the occasions when white people have been discriminated against, en masse, by nations, by companies, by organizations, all the times that white people have been enslaved, all the times that white people have been discriminated against by governments, by institutions. We should do that. And I'm guessing those will be pretty short lessons. Maybe you just say, okay, now we're going to run through our module on all the times white people have been discriminated against. That's like a half-hour lesson. I reckon you could mop that up in half an hour. That would shut them up. Because they're all about being fair and balanced, right? So if you want to be fair and balanced, let's be fair and balanced. And let's teach both sides of the story. So in addition to teaching about all the times that white people have enslaved people, colonized places, invaded countries, been racist, set up racist policies in government. In addition to that, we teach about all the times that non-white people have done the same thing to white people. You can't complain then. We're just teaching history. We're just teaching history. It's just history. You get your fair and balanced both sides. You get everything you want. If you're just saying don't teach it at all, you're essentially banning certain parts of history because it makes you look bad. Oh, that was a fucking scab that shot me. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I just think, you know, they can't argue then. Just propose that. I mean, for example, there were laws pretty recently in the US that the government would help fund huge tracts of land to be built for housing, as long as it was written into the mortgage that they could only be sold to white people. That was in there. You're just going to ignore that? I mean, the idea, the argument they're putting forward is it's making white kids feel bad about who they are. Only if they're racist. Only if those kids are racist. Wouldn't it be better to head that off now when they're young? That's the only way we move towards a non-racist society, is by teaching kids about it. Because if they're not learning about it at home, or they're learning about it from their parents who essentially don't really know how to put into language, or don't even know about these things, you don't find out about it until you're older. And by then, damage has already been done by whatever media they're consuming that doesn't bother to teach them about systemic and historic racism and its effects. It's just not to teach it, and they accuse everybody else of like, you guys are silencing the truth. It's like, but you're literally ignoring something that happened, and you're saying we don't want to hear about it. And that's not positive, is it? You're just telling kids they can't learn about something. It doesn't seem very poggers to me. What do I know? Just saying, just try it on. Try it on as an argument against them. Say, okay. But then, you know, we'll balance it out. We'll teach all the kids about how terribly people of color have treated white people in recent history. Well, the Moors invaded Italy and Spain. Well, you should teach about that. That's history. I don't think you should. I don't think it's necessary to feel shame for your race for the things that the people did in the past, any more than I expect young Germans nowadays to apologize to me for World War II. They should learn about it. They should learn about it, but they shouldn't live in constant hand-wringing guilt for it, because it wasn't them that did it. They should be working towards a society that ensures that something like that can never happen again. That's how you right that historic wrong. Not by just teaching them and making them feel bad, but I'm pretty sure that's not what people are doing. They're not teaching them, you must feel awful because you're white. I think they're just saying, look at all these examples of historic systemic racism. That's the kind of stuff you can teach kids. And say, if you've ever seen a neighborhood and thought, why is this such a dump? It's because it's been kept that way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the Tulsa Race Massacre. I'd never heard of that. I'd never heard of that, and I consider myself someone who reads around a lot and, you know, learns all about history and stuff like that. Never heard of it. It's unbelievable. Well, I mean, to be fair, in the UK, the history that my kids are being taught it's still very national. Which is fair. I mean, history is, I mean, these kids are in school for 4 or 5 years doing history. And the stuff that you teach little kids, like, I'm talking primary school aged. How do you teach them about things like World War II? You know what I mean? It's difficult. Once you get to secondary school, you start teaching them about that. You've got 1, maybe 2 lessons a week. If you don't cover the history of our country, which is a lot, and you say, right, now we're going to teach you about the history of China. It's like, I'm sure that's very interesting, but you haven't covered... We've got a lot of our own history. I'm sure in China, they're not teaching people the history of India or the history of South America. You can touch on that stuff, but you've got to leave that up. That's A-level and beyond, I think, because there's so much history out there. And most historians specialize on a couple of topics, right? Because it's such a big category. So you can't teach kids to learn and then just send them off to learn because they won't. Trust me. Figure it out for yourself. It doesn't work. You need someone to teach them facts. It's not enough to just say, well, we've given you the tools. Now it's up to you. This isn't some kind of bootstraps education system. Kids are fucking useless on their own. You have to guide them and hold their hand. They are lazy bastards. Yes, they're kids, of course. I'm not accusing them. I'm just stating a fact. Like, I don't think it's as bad as the States, but certainly it's a part of it. I find that the parent-teacher night is a lot more, for my eldest and my youngest as well. It's split into 3 bands of how the kid is doing, and the bands are striving to improve, which is a nice way of saying they're behind, exactly where they're expected to be, or excelling. And generally they'll break it down by subject, and you kind of want to see excelling, of course. And it's just a way of saying your kid is doing as well as expected, because they've got like all measures for how they're doing and stuff. And then the kids take a SAT. They call it SATs. I don't know if it's the same as the SATs in the States, but essentially a way of saying, I think it's standardized aptitude test, right? And it's like a whole bunch of maths questions, a whole bunch of English questions. And the idea is, how smart is this kid when it comes to passing tests? And then that child is gauged upon that metric of how they were doing at the end of primary. Have we improved on that? And how do we stream them in secondary school? Streaming is when, if they're struggling, you put them in the class for kids that are struggling, and if they're excelling, you put them in the advanced class. Which I completely support, because there were kids at school who were, like me, really struggling and needed extra help. It makes sense to put me in a class with other kids who are going to be asking the same questions. Because if you're sat in a class with a kid who's a fucking wizard, you feel like an idiot. And there's no sense of achievement when you do well on a test, because well for you is a failure for this other kid. So I think it makes sense. The issue I have is with the way they're teaching kids at the moment. At primary school, they're teaching them algebra, tons of fucking grammar, and it's like, they're a bit too young for this. Like, you're already making school a miserable, grinding, learning by rote experience. That's all Gove. That's all Gove when he was in. Brought all this shit in. Now that Rishi Sunak is like, I want to extend teaching kids maths until they're 18, as if somehow that means we'll catch up with China. It's ridiculous. If you suck at maths, no amount of years spent sitting, staring at a fucking chalkboard, learning maths is going to help. You can get kids to a certain point, and then that's it. They've just tapped out on that particular subject. Like, my kids are wildly different at different subjects. Had the same upbringing, same parents, did everything the same schools, but I know that my eldest is going to excel in certain subjects that my youngest is going to struggle in, and vice versa. It's the way it is. School, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. School is not adept at fitting around kids because you've got to teach 30 kids. Which is why streaming them by subject is so important. My kid is 11. They started teaching her algebra at the start of this year. Oddly enough, the part of maths she enjoys the most. nuts. Why couldn't it have dropped like there? Anyone, is his scope's red sight supposed to leave after images after he's moving it? I think you're high, man. Trying to do some Shooter Born in Heaven, and I have to kill lads with a silenced bolt action rifle over 45 meters away, and I have to kill PMCs on this map while using a scav vest and a balaclava. So I thought, let's try and do all three at once, and I haven't seen a soul that's shootable in some time.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Tom Out just resubbed for 9 months.
Thing is, that won't be over 45 meters, Bob, and it has to be with a silenced bolt action. So I've got one of those, and I thought, I'll see some lads. Because I've been killed by plenty of lads who hide on this hill. I haven't seen any. So I'm trying to be a little clever and think like, players know that people snipe in those obvious places, so I'll go somewhere where people don't normally snipe, and then people will run here because they're trying to avoid those areas. It hasn't worked. I tried sniping. I had a really good Overwatch point on Tunnel Extract. No one showed up. We didn't kill him. Can I get a view of the pier boat bit? Can you not see it? Oh, would that be too easy? I thought I would be able to see the pier bit where the boats are and you shoot them from there. Maybe from along here. So, is there just no way that you can see the bit you have to run along to get to that boat? Because I keep thinking that's it, but that is not it. It's like round the side there, isn't it? Can you nerds shut up? Unbelievable. If you want to talk to me about object-oriented containers, we could talk about it all day, but you know. Look, lads, the only container I'm worried about is a bra, yeah? Which some bird's tits are in, yeah? Or her pants, which have got her fanny and her arse in, yeah? That's all. That's the only containers I care about. This bitch still won't just sell me food. What is up with that? want to know what these flying objects are. Appetite suppressant Wegovy, popular with celebrities, seen as a breakthrough treatment but not a permanent remedy. Weekly weight loss jabs that are popular with celebrities will soon be made available through high street chemists in England. When combined with supervised weight loss coaching, they can help people lose significant amounts of weight. I guess it just means you don't feel as hungry. Oh, Liverpool won 2-0. How about that? Still having a fucking shit season though, aren't they? 9th. I feel like a lot of the just eat less and move more people are recent converts to exercise. Anyone I know that's been exercising for a long time or has been losing weight and, you know, doing some diet for a long time is encouraging rather than demeaning. Got your big scope, Alan? Yeah, well, they're just scabs, aren't they? I think gauze is the word you're looking for. Gauze is G-A-U-Z-E. You're saying gauze. I did have an idea for something, which was getting on top of the resort building and sniping from there. Where's the stairs up for... I just gotta go straight ahead and there's a set of stairs there, isn't there? No, I don't think I could, Jelly. I'm sorry. He wasn't that concerned, he was looting his dead mate. He was getting his blood-covered note to his mother. You'll send it yourself. Oh, maybe not, actually. Jeez. Fully expecting to get shot in the head any second, but go loot those scavs, bro. Oh, it's just a regular scav. could be player scavs. I really thought they'd have to go out through the hole in the fence and I'd see them. I'm still not sure how I didn't see them. Do you know what I mean? I mean, this is as dull as it gets, lads. There's hardly anything has happened. Yeah, this is literally... Seymour Skinner.
Ну чё, шкура цела уже неплохо, а?
That's pretty funny. Yeah, play Scav. So we've got 310. No, we want to get it east. So we've got 316, 328, 322. All third floor? Got 222 as well. Open.
Nice jump, Alistair.
Pizzle 123 just resubbed for 43 months.
So that's 328. So we've also got 316 and 310. Yeah, but we only need to get to oh shit! We're fucked then. Well, if we go the wrong way. Go out to the coast, get together, have a few laughs. What a thrilling raid. No, if you toss your gear, you get it back. But of course, you've got to wait 24 hours or more, so. You were thrilled. Well, that's good. By the way, Lucas said, how do you know someone's from the Wirral? They will tell you immediately. Now, oddly enough, I've met a few people from the Wirral, and I remember all of them as being from the Wirral because they did indeed tell me where they were from. So I don't think I'm bringing the gear to go and contest. And if I get the LEDX, I have to get out with it in one piece. The greatest pain would be to find said LEDX and die. So when I'm alone, I like to do quests where I don't really care if I make it. I just, you know, kill. If I kill a player and then die, job done.
I broke heads in Cicero. I set up Dean O'Bannon. I make my number every week.
There's a myth out there that if someone asks you if you're law enforcement while you're undercover, you have to answer in the affirmative. That's not true. I've been challenged multiple times. The first time I was challenged, when somebody said, you're an FBI agent, I said, yeah, I'm J. Edgar Hoover. And he immediately started laughing, and we went off and finished what we were doing because I just disarmed him with the humor.
Maybe I'm a federal agent. Maybe I'm a bigamist. Maybe I'm a murderer on the run. Believe what you want. There's no way I can stop you. But that's not what matters now. It's not.
When you're faced with a life or death situation, you probably want the bad guys to know that you are, in fact, law enforcement as opposed to a cooperator. That's a very effective technique because the bad guys, most criminals, at least sane criminals, don't want to kill law enforcement because if you kill a federal agent, the government's going to get you. Like he didn't say, don't kill me, I'm a federal agent, which is sometimes what the recommendation is. Okay, but he at least leaves them with that hint that they don't need that trouble. Probably the most realistic part of that exchange is when he has to use the bathroom at the end because that's what you feel like after walking out of one of those places.
What did I say?
You don't remember?
I need a men's room.
Are you sick?
I may have soiled myself.
Mrs. F just got done watching that whole series. She said it was good. I've never watched it. No good excuse, no reason why, I just haven't got round to it. What about a version of Tarkov where instead of fighting players, you're fighting an increasing wave of, like, I realize zombie games are kind of passé at this point, but it starts off as just a one or two, and then gradually more and more and more. It's the same deal where you have to get to an extract point. That might be fun. just PvE. Did they just open that? Or can I only just hear it? Wow, why would you fucking camp a scav if you got the Kiba key? Hey, self-defense. No, because the thing with Left 4 Dead is, it's just a campaign, isn't it? Like, you're just trying to get through the level. So I'm saying it might be fun where it's like Tarkov. But it starts off, you know, you go in, so obviously being quiet is a key. You try and get some loot, but things like these alarms and stuff that go off would be even more terrifying because the zombies can hear the alarms. So, you know, you'd suddenly have shitloads of zombies bearing down on you, and you'd be like, shit, do we set off the alarm? Yeah, you know, go for it, sort of thing. That might be quite fun. Any recommendations for Valentine's Day for a first-year husband? Teamwork is for sissies. Are you a woman? Or just someone who is married to a dude and you don't know what to get him? Because if you're a fella, I mean, I guess whatever you would want, right? And if you're not, I mean, I don't think men are that complicated. So Pookie Boy says, oh, you want recommendations for your wife? You're the husband. Okay, that was a little confusing. I don't know. I got no idea. I don't really do Valentine's Day. So... Twilight 2000. Yeah, I guess. I've always thought that a PvE mode that is very hard but gives you a chance to get loot would be quite a nice idea for a game like Tarkov, because a lot of people really do struggle, and there's no really, I mean, you can do the offline mode against the scavs, but all I'm saying is I think it would be fun to have waves of zombies or whatever you want it to be, some kind of alien, some kind of monster, and it would be fun. You could have different kinds. You know, you can have ones that sort of if you're going in solo mode, there's one set, and if you're going in as a party, you can have ones that, you know, the ones that loop around your neck and your friends have to come and cut you loose sort of thing. And you'd have different sort of trap monsters. You'd have ones that leap out from the dark. And of course you'd have boss monsters. I think it would be fun. Like the whole point would be, you know, you set off some sound trap and suddenly you've got waves of creatures running towards you. I just think it would be fun. Because I do like a good PvE mode. I suppose it would be a bit too like GTFO is kind of what that would be, isn't it? GTFO. But I'd never felt, I don't know if they've stopped developing it or something. I haven't really seen much of it in a while. Is that GTFO was incredibly atmospheric. You had to be very methodical. It was very difficult, required a lot of teamwork. But they weren't there with the loot. Because the whole fun of a game like this is you get better gear. And I'm sure that was something they were working on, but I stopped playing it before that really became a feature. So I just sort of felt like it was missing something, which is unfair because of course I hadn't played the finished game. But I didn't really enjoy the gunplay side of it enough to really want to stick around, if that makes sense. I was kind of like, yeah, you know, this is fun and everything, but it didn't really grab me enough for me to think I'm definitely going to stick this out and see where this game is going. God, I'm tired. Yeah, I guess Project Zomboid. Alright, I better go. I'm falling asleep. But I'll be back tomorrow. We streamed for like 6 hours this morning. So there's a VOD if you want to see it. Did tons of quests. This was very relaxing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't think we died too much. I'll see you later. Peace out.